Dear guys, today I am going to teach you the next part, remaining part of lesson 5. That is, the name of the chapter is The Summit Within for class 8. Just in this part, here the author tells why he climbed on Everest. What was the cause? What was the reason? Why he climbed on Everest? Just he is trying to express his own thought. Fully explain why I climbed Everest. That is this. It is very impossible for him to answer this question. Why he climbed on Everest? Just he puts many questions. It is like answering a question. Just it is same thing as answering a question. Why you breathe? This is the same question. Just as why you breathe. It is not so easy to explain this question in the same way. That is why he climbed on Everest. It is also not so easy to answer this question. And why do you help your neighbor? This is the next question he wants to put before us. Why do you want? Why do you help your neighbor? हम पड़ोसी की सहायता क्यों करते हैं? हम सांस क्यों लेते हैं? Just these are difficult questions to answer. That's why. Next, why do you want to do good acts? Why do you want to do good acts? Many questions are there, and through these questions, he wants to make us understand. There is no final answer possible. There is no final answer possible of all these questions. Of all these questions. And then there is the fact that Everest is not just a physical climb. Just the author is telling here, the author that is H.P.S. Eluwalia is telling here that it is not just a physical climb. Everest is not only a physical climb. Man who has been to the mountain top, a man who reaches on the top of the Everest, conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. Just a person who is at the top of the universe, at the top of the mountain Everest, he thinks, he realizes what is his own position in this vast universe. That is how small he is. He realizes his own smallness. Just he is telling here, the physical conquest of a mountain, the physical conquest, the writer talks about physical conquest is only one part of the achievement. It is only one part. Physical, that is physical जो achievement है, it is only one part. Physical जो physically we climb on the top of the Everest, it is one part. The second part is, it is followed by a sense of fulfillment. There is the satisfaction of a deep urge to rise above one's surroundings. There is a sense when we rise up, that is in the surrounding, one surrounding. It is the eternal love, eternal, anand. It is the eternal love for adventure in man. Just that is, he wants to tell us how physically we climb on the top of the mountain. It is the, and also the experience is the merely physical. This experience is only physical, and it is emotional also. It is also emotional, physical and also emotional, and it is spiritual, adhyatmic. It is also related to our spirit, spiritual. Consider typical climb. Consider a typical that is symbolical climb towards the summit on the last heights. That is, when we reaches on the last height of Everest, you are sharing a rope. Just how we reaches there? With the help of a rope. We share a rope with another climbers are there, and with the help of a rope we climb. That is Euphormin, and he cuts the steps in the hard ice. That is how the steps, that is ways, are made to cut hard ice. कठोर बर्फ को काट कर जैसे रास्ते बनाए गए होते हैं. The climb is grim. It is also very hard. The climb is very hard. पहाड़ पर ऊपर चढ़ना is very hard. बहुत कठिन होता है. You strain every nerve as you take every step. We with our energy, force, be energetic, we try to climb on the mountain. Famous climbers have left records of the help given by others. Just famous climbers, that is, they have left examples, records of the help given by them, that they have neglected the help. They did not take help of anything, that is, and they have also recorded how they needed they needed the help, but they rejected, they left the help, they did not take any kind of help, and else they might have given up. Breathing is difficult when we are climb on the mountain. Breathing is difficult there on the height, ऊंचाई पर breathing is difficult, बहुत कठिन होता है सांस लेना. You curse yourself for having let yourself in for this, and you wonder why you ever undertook the ascent. Why at some point we think how we are taking this work or trying to reach on the top. There are moments when you feel like this, and some moments are there when someone climber feels to go back, वापस जाने का, to see the hardships on the way, like going back. It would be seer, that is only mere relief to go down. Only it is a kind of relief when we think to go down, वापस जाना, return from there, instead of up, instead of going up. One thinks to go up. Why? Because there is different kinds of difficulties, but almost at once you snap out of that mood. There is something in you that does not let you give up. That is, something is there when you see behind you and in front of you. सामने भी देखते हैं, पीछे भी देखते हैं. Other climbers are there. Struggle, how they struggle to climb on the mountain. We see upward and also backward, and you go on, and you try to go on. Your companion keeps up with you, and your companions are also there with you. आपके साथी भी हैं जो आपके साथ चढ़ रहे होते. Just another 50 feet. Just they think that only 50 feet or 100 feet is there. 100 feet maybe. And also ask yourself, is there no end? End कहाँ तक चढ़ना है, कब तक चढ़ना है? You look at your companion. जब अपने साथी को देखते हैं, आगे भी पीछे भी जो आ रहे हैं आपके साथ, he looks at you, और वो तुम्हें देखता, आप उनको देखते, वो आपको देखते. Just you draw inspiration, you take inspiration from your companions, other climbers. दूसरे climbers से आप inspiration लेते हैं, and from each other, and then without first being aware of it, you are at the summit, and thus facing different kinds of troubles, difficulties, hardships, you are on the top of the Everest. आप ऊपर पहुंच जाते हैं, चोटी पर. Looking round from the summit, you tell yourself that it was worthwhile. Other silvery peaks, and standing on the top of the Everest, you see silvery all around. चारों ओर देखते हैं silvery mountain, silver जैसे चमकता हुआ पहाड़ पर्वत देखते हैं. Appear through the clouds, and clouds are also there. If you are lucky, you see sun is there, sun is shining there, maybe on them, and if sun is there, you are lucky. अगर सूर्य भी का प्रकाश वहाँ अगर पड़ता है, you are lucky to see this scene. यह दृश्य देखकर, the surrounding peaks look like a jeweled necklace की तरह दिखाई देता है. Just it looks like a jewelry, जैसे ज्वेल आभूषण, necklace हार लगा हुआ. Around the neck of your summit, that is ऊंचाई चोटी पर एक हार जैसे चारों ओर से, it looks like that. Jeweled necklace की तरह दिखाई देता है around the peak, चोटी, एवरेस्ट का जो चोटी है, like a jeweled necklace around the neck of the summit. Below you, when you see below, जब नीचे देखते हैं, down नीचे देखते हैं, you vast valley, विशाल घाटी देखते हैं वहां से, sloping into the distance, दूरी पर slope, ढालवी दिखाई देता है. It is an ennobling, enhancing experience to just look down from the summit of a mountain पर summit से देखने से दिखाई देता है. What is there? Elevate, and you bow down, सर नीचे झुकाते हैं, and make the summit of mountain. You bow down and make your obeisance to whichever god you worship, and you remember the god which you worship. उस देवता को, ईश्वर को याद करते हैं जिसे आप पूजा करते हैं. left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. Just the author, H.P.S. Ahluwalia, is telling here that he left a picture of गुरु नानक का एक तस्वीर वहाँ छोड़ दिए. रावत लेफ्ट ए पिक्चर ऑफ गॉडेस दुर्गा, दुर्गा का तस्वीर छोड़ दिए. एंड ऑल्सो दैट इज डोरजी ऑल्सो लेफ्ट relic of the Buddha, and when Hillary buried a cross under the car, and that is different persons, climbers were there and they left something there. And these are not symbols of conquest. Conquest का symbol नहीं, प्रतीक नहीं था, conquest का ये symbol नहीं था. Just he is telling it was not that is the symbols of conquest, but also reverence, respect. It was their respect. The experience of having climbed to the summit changes you completely. It changes you completely when someone is there on the top of the Everest. It changes. Completely it changes a person. There is another summit, and thus that is now he is talking about physical climb. Now he is talking spiritual. It is the other. That is the another summit is there, which is in within yourself, जो हमारे अंदर होता है, हमारे अंदर spiritual. It is in your own mind. ये हमारे mind में होता है, दिमाग में होता है. Each man carries within himself his own mountain peak. हर व्यक्ति, every man carries this peak of mountain, उच्चतम शिखर जो चोटी है, अपने दिमाग में लेके घूमते हैं, हमारे दिमाग में होता है. Climb it to reach to a fuller knowledge of himself. It is fearful. It is also fearful. The author is telling here, an unescapable which cannot be conquered. It is also very difficult thing to conquer. ये जो spiritual summit है, इसको जीतना, it is also difficult. It cannot be climbed by anyone else. Yourself have to do it, and physical act of climbing to the summit to a mountain is outside. It is outside. ये बाहरी है. But internal, akin to the fact of climbing the mountain within, अंदर के mountain पर चढ़ना. Efforts of the both climbs, that is spiritual and also physical. That is the author H.P.S. Ahluwalia is telling two things, that is physical climb and also spiritual climb. Both the climbs are the same. दोनों एक जैसे होता है. दोनों whether the mountain you climb is physical or emotional, whether it is emotional or physical or spiritual, जो भी हो, spiritual हो, emotional हो और physical हो, the climb will certainly change you, and these types of climb change you. ये परिवर्तित कर देता है. Teaches you much about the world. It teaches us about the world, दुनिया के बारे में, and about yourself. I venture to think that experience as an Everest, just is telling H.P.S. Ahluwalia is telling here that as an Everester, एक पर्वतारोही के रूप में, just has provided me with the inspiration. Just he is telling here that he has got inspiration, प्रेरणा इनको मिली to face, सामना करने के लिए life's ordeals, that to face the challenges of life, and the conquest of the internal summit, and also it has given inspiration to win the internal summit is equally worthwhile. ये उसका महत्व भी बराबर है. The internal summits are perhaps higher than Everest. Just he is telling here in the last, he is telling here that internal जो summits है, the internal जो summits है, वो क्या है, is higher than Everest. वो एवरेस्ट से भी ज़्यादा ऊंचा है. That is to conquer it. This is the last end of this lesson. I hope you will try to understand this lesson, and just I'm sending solutions of this lesson. Thanks.